Hello everyone. I was actually not gonna say anything about these people anymore, and that is Rene Marcus, Haman, and the bag. But I had to. I couldn't just let it slide because I've seen how we self-destruct as black people. So, congratulations to Rene Marcus, congratulations to Haman. With the help of Rene Marcus, Haman has managed to acquire land, which he plans to do to farm on. You know, pretty much he plans to do what he was doing at the bag. He plans to do it there, own it himself 100%, you know. And I praise him for that. He's determined. It's like a young man determined to achieve greatness. I'm all about greatness, you know. But what is not great is how Rene Marcus has managed to use Haman. You know, that ain't great, okay? And I've had people from my previous videos, people who've commented about Haman is a young man and he can do whatever he wants to do. Okay. That's great. I have no issues with that. He's a young man and he can choose to do whatever he wants to do. If you want to work with Rene Marcus, he can work with Rene Marcus. If you want to work with the bag, he can work with the bag. And also some people say, oh, Rene Marcus has done nothing wrong. All she did is interview a man, blah, 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 blah. And I've looked at the interviews and everything. The reality is some of you guys were actually telling lies. Rene Marcus didn't know Haman. You know, she knew someone, a person who turned out to know Haman. You know, so it's not that she knew Haman and they were playing together. No. They've known each other from a young time, from way back. No, that's not true. You know, what Rene Marcus saw was an opportunity to destroy. You know, this is the typical. And the reason why I want to talk more about this is because of the consequences, and is because of how we self-sabotage. This is not the first time black people have self-sabotaged themselves. You're not gonna see what has happened between Haman, the Gambia, the bag, and Rene Marcus happening with not even the Chinese, not even white people. They'll work together. You know, Rene Marcus had wanted to do some chicken, right? The bag was gonna give that's chicken rearing, pretty much chicken farming. The bag was gonna give Haman, because he happened to know a little bit about chicken. They were gonna give him a responsibility of the chicken area at the bag. Okay? They were going to do that for him. Alright? You know, Rene Marcus had the same intention of having a chicken farm. You know, so if you don't connect the dots, you can connect the dots from there. When she found out, when she saw this hard work, and I know hardworking, trustworthy men I had to find in Africa. Believe me, I've been there. Okay? But here's the thing. I'm not going to be a person who's going to try and steal people from another black business. You know, I'm going to try to find people. If I can see that there's a black business or a black family that's doing well with the local people, they'll find people they can trust. That gives me faith that I can go to the Gambia and there's among people that are dodgy, and this is true. Poverty, like Aunt Kathy says, creates a culture of thievery, and I believe that people start believing in dodginess. And you know, pretty much the culture of con artists, you know, because of poverty. So it's very hard to find trustworthy, honest people. I get it, but I'm not gonna be an African who's gonna steal people from another African company. That ain't right, okay? So what Rene Marcus did, there's so many people she could have contacted. There's so many people she could have worked with. You know, what she did was intentionally to get Haman from the back. And that's what I don't agree with. I don't care what you think of me. I don't care what you're going to say. I don't care what your belief is. Or you can say, oh, at Kath is this, Rene Marcus that, the bag this, and Haman. Whatever. You can say whatever you want to say. If we don't learn something, and if we don't try to change our ways, we are always going to be at the bottom. You know what I could have loved to see? Is Rene Marcus ringing up the Bag family and going, you know what? I've had the same idea. I like what you guys are doing. Why don't we work together? So if you're trying to invest $10,000, I'm going to invest $10,000 in there too. We can go 50-50. So instead of us now coming up with 100 chickens every month, why don't we come up with 200 every month? That's group work, group economics, But our problem as African is because we like they do it alone. I'm going to do it alone. I'm going to show them. I'll go alone. They go it a long way. And that's our downfall. And once we start creating these tensions, other people come in between the cracks and they pull and pull and pull until the walls fall down. And this is how we ended up even being colonized. Because what the British did very well, and if you look into it, the British were not sending, 1 million soldiers to go and attack some tribe in Africa or an army of a certain tribe maybe with 15,000 men. They were not doing that. They will send probably like 100 British soldiers, and what they'll do, they'll see the tension between these tribes and side with one tribe and use that tribe to train people up, because the tribe is going to provide labor, train up maybe 10,000 men, and then use them to fight. So pretty much while the British is there chilling, black people are fighting each other and thinking this guy thinks they're doing a better job because they're fighting for the British. Without waking up and realizing, damn, we're the same people and we are letting these people use us. And that's the situation we are finding ourselves in with Haman, Rene, and the bag. There are lessons to be learned. This is why I like to talk about this. It's not the way to go forward, and it needs to stop. Okay? If we want to go forward, we should be willing to work together. Because I bet you what, if there's a lot of, right now, there's a historian who visited the Gambia maybe 300 years ago or 600 years ago, something like that. I can't remember his name, but I'll look it up. He described Gambian people as hardworking people who knew more about nutrition. Apparently, most of the people in the Gambia used to eat one meal a day, not because they were starving, no, because they realized that there was a correlation between how much you ate and health. People that ate less tended to live longer and be healthier. It's something we found out now, 600 years later. These guys knew about it. Also, the people from the Gambia, the Senegambia area, they were great rice farmers. Okay? Today, Gambia imports rice. They even import chicken. If you want to complain about being insulted, that is an insult. But as Africans, we don't see it as an insult. We would rather focus so much on a young African-American woman who says, oh, you guys are dirty. Oh my God, we get into our feelings. You're going to rip that person apart. Instead of asking a question of going, why did she say that? Maybe we are. Maybe we've gone backwards. Of which we have. Because now we've decided to leave everything to the government. Houses in Africa are clean. I know that for a fact. It's only the streets are not. And people even throw things on the streets because, oh, that's the government now. That's the government. Nothing to do with us. It's the government. Until you get dysentery and cholera and all these diseases, that's when you realize that the problem on the street is the problem in your house. If you don't clean the streets, it's going to come to bite you. So what I'm trying to say here is that we need to see our priority. We need to change our priorities. Right now, a lot of things in the Gambia are owned by foreigners. That's an insult. That's what you guys should be complaining about. Okay? Because that has grave consequences compared to some young African-American woman who says, you guys need to clean up. That has grave consequences. This is why I strongly believe we need to set our priorities right. And we need to come together and supporting each other. What Rene did with Haman, that's a wrong move. That's a wrong move. And if you know where I'm coming from, if you are truly a business person, and if you're truly a Pan-Africanist, and if you're even truly a Gambian, you will see that the more people come to the Gambia, especially people that look like this, it's time as black people we started fighting for this color. You know, when people that look like this start coming to our continent, it doesn't matter. Some of them will come with skills. Some of them will come with money. Others might just come with the ambition to live a better life, where they're not stressed, where they might not, just that ambition to say, you know what, they come to this country and say, you know what, guys, you don't know what you guys have. Just to wake our minds up. Because we've been so duped in believing in this fallacy and this utopia that doesn't exist. This is why kids are dying in the Mediterranean trying to go to Europe, from Gambia, from Senegal, from all these countries. It's because of this fallacy, this fake vision, that we've been sold. This illusion that has been sold to us. What I don't understand is we are leaving gold, we are leaving all the good stuff there to go somewhere where they just rely on manufacturing and tourism. You look it up. Most countries in Europe, those are the things they rely on. We got the minerals in Africa, 90% platinum. 90% supplying the world, 90% of the world's supply of platinum comes from Africa. 75% of coltan is coming from Africa. 90% cobalt from Africa. 50% of the world's gold supply, Africa. And we're running away. Because guess what? We don't know how to work together. There is no mining company in Africa that is big, that's African owned. And you know what? No one person can create these things. You need to come together. There's no single farming company which farms and produces all across Africa. That's African owned. That's providing jobs for Africa. None of that. And we need to create these corporations. There should be, I don't know what you can call it, grain corp, whatever, that is running in all African countries, that is African owned. So we know whether Zimbabwe doesn't have maize, but Uganda got maize. Hell, we're shipping maize from Uganda, taking it to Zimbabwe. By now we should have a railroad from Cape Town to Cairo, so things can be able to move. But that is not our focus. Our focus is to get in our feelings. When someone says, oh, you're not working hard, or you're not showing up to work on time, oh, your work ethic is terrible, it needs to improve. And we get in our feelings, we start complaining. Our priorities are wrong. And we need to change this. What Rene Marcus did is wrong. It's wrong. And now trying to interview a man and the man thanking her about what she's done for her. Dude, the bag did things for you. You were nobody. Let's just be real until the bag found you. Give them credit. I would like him to just say, you know what? I love what you're doing, Rene Marcus. I thank you for what you've done for me. But also, I want to thank the Bag family for putting me on the pedestal, or for putting me on, so that people now know about me, and you're getting help. Rene Marcus didn't do that for you. If you knew each other, Rene Marcus had probably had that YouTube before even the Bag family started. I didn't see you, Haman, on Rene Marcus being even interviewed. She didn't care about you. Let's just be real. She didn't care. She only cared about you because there's people through the Bag that started developing an interest in you. So the Bag put you on. This is where most African people get it wrong. Sometimes we don't even know the people that are trying to help us. This is why most of the time we try to be connected to the enemy, because we don't know. You know, all other people know about us. All other people know what Africa is capable of. But the Africans don't. That's our biggest failure. That's our biggest problem. You know, we need to come to work together. Let's not try to rip each other apart, and then have so much fun in watching other companies fail, because we're not gonna go anywhere like that. We need to come together. And right now, the Chinese are winning. You know, most Africans, because of this, the go along attitude. You know, same thing. It's not just Africans. Most black people, even in America, you have the same problem. You know, China more. You know what the Chinese do? This is what the Chinese do. Before they even come to Africa, they go around China, tell people about what the business they're doing. And the Chinese in China, millions of them, invest in these companies. You know, and then these guys bring the money they have and come and invest in Africa and double their money every 12 months. And they're sending money back to China to their shareholders. It's group economics. You know, so there's probably like 10 million Chinese right now who are benefiting from just one China more. Africans are more than capable of doing something like that. But if you look at it, everyone want to go alone. Everyone want to get 100% total control of everything. And at the end of the day, we're going to miss out. Because here's the thing. As Africa develops, people become busy with their jobs. No one is going to have the time to go and shop from this place, from this shop, buy a little thing, and then you got to walk again, go to another shop, buy a little thing. That no one is going to have the time for that. So guess what people will be doing? Go to China more. Because everything is under one roof. You go there, instead of spending 2 hours, because you don't have time, you go there, spend 20 minutes, bought everything, and you walk out. The problem is we are not creating more. We are still creating these, what I call subsistence, like subsistence farming. We are still creating these small things because we don't work together. Because we want to see each other ripped apart and then laugh. You know why there's no jobs in Africa? Because we don't want to create corporations. Because we don't want to work together. So the Chinese are going to win. They have the money and they have the ambition. We don't. And they're willing to work together. We don't. We are not. You know, a woman made millions of dollars, I think in Namibia, real estate, Chinese woman, came to Africa poor. She managed to convince, she went back to China, managed to convince the people there, said, I've seen something, they believed in what she believed in, gave her money, tripled their money. Real estate. Selling in Namibia. Hundreds of millions of dollars she's made. She's established estates and everything. You know, right now as a black man, I can go to America and tell these African Americans to say, invest in me. No one is even going to do it. Oh, he's going to steal, man. They might even give the money to the Chinese than me. I can do the same thing in Africa. You know, some of the biggest companies, even in India, it's where people have come together. You know, even the little farmer puts in 20 cents. You know, the biggest crowdfunding happened with Marcus Garvey. It wasn't rich people, it was poor people. But when you come together, you become strong. Marcus Garvey was able to raise millions of dollars from poor people. It's about group economics. And if someone starts something and then we want to steal from them, be it labor, be it knowledge, so we can go out and establish something on our own and watch them fail, that's terrible. The best thing you can do is, you know what, I like what you're doing. Why don't I come and join you so we can come together and make this bigger? These are the things we should be focusing on. This is how we should be thinking if we're to succeed. I don't care what you're going to say about me talking about these people. You know, and I know it's been a long time where we've talked about but it's very interesting. It's one of those things we have to look at and learn something from. And say, nah, this is not the way we're going to go about it. Because if we don't stop, it's going to keep happening in every country. And that just stops people from wanting to come together. The Bag family, I wish them well. Haman, I wish him well. And he's a determined young man. And I like that. You know. Even Rene, I hope she does well. But she has to find a better way of handling and dealing with people. That's all I gotta say. Because if we continue as black people, we gotta learn lessons from these people. If we continue like this, we're doomed. It's a jungle, like I keep saying, it's a jungle out there, and only the fittest and only the people that work together as a group will survive at the end of the day. If we don't, we're doomed. Thank you for watching my video. Please subscribe, press that like button, and all the best. Thank you.